This is our month of love, right? The whole month. And so, in the many years that I have been facilitating classes and workshops, very often I add an exercise that I have people do where I ask them to write down all the things they love about themselves, to list all of their positive qualities, to name and identify all their positive qualities. How do you think that goes? Invariably, people tell me it is the most difficult exercise they're asked to do, which I think is interesting. It says a lot about us, doesn't it? Why is it so difficult for us to think about and to identify and to embrace all of the wonderful parts of us? I think if we were asked to name all our faults, we'd probably have no trouble, right? And I think it's a cultural thing. It's part of our culture. But also, if we're involved in personal growth and self-improvement, we're often encouraged to to identify areas of growth, right? And to think about ways that things we maybe want to change or alter or heal or purify or release or whatever. And hey, that's, there's value in that. Honest self-assessment is absolutely essential to our growth. But if we're doing it from a place of, I'll be okay once I overcome this. I'll be okay once I finally heal this thing. Or once I finally change that thing I really don't like about me. Then I'll be okay. That's not helpful. That's not helpful. We're not often encouraged to explore all of the wonderful parts of us and to really identify and acknowledge our positive qualities and to allow them to grow and to shine even more brightly. Which reminds me of that Marianne Williamson quote. You guys know which one I'm talking about? She was misquoted many times. I think people thought it was Nelson Mandela who said it, but Marianne Williamson said, no, it actually was written in my book, Return to Love. And she said, maybe he did repeat it, but she did write it. And she says, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We're all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And it's not just in some of us, it's in all of us. It's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. That's powerful. It's a powerful thing. Powerful thing. No wonder it's been quoted and repeated so many times. So, it's Valentine's Day, or it's coming up Valentine's Day on Tuesday, and we're kind of celebrating the month of love. And usually around Valentine's Day, we think about how much we love the people we love. We express our love in many ways to our spouses and people we love, or our boyfriend or girlfriend. And, that's good, right? We want to do that. We want to do that. That's a good thing. The more loving we are to everybody, the more that we're allowing that one divine love and light to work through and as us. The more that we're allowing that to work through us. And, I've spoken here many times about the importance of first loving and accepting ourselves. So first, loving and accepting ourselves completely. Otherwise, we can get swallowed up in relationships. We can lose ourselves. You know, some people work real hard to pretend they're someone they're not. Oh, that's so exhausting. You know, our self-esteem can take a hit and make it difficult for us to, accomplish the things that that we say we want to do. But more than that, if we are not recognizing ourselves, if we are not loving ourselves, we're only half living, if that. And we're probably not allowing all those unique gifts and talents and wonderful positive qualities to develop the way that they're meant to develop and to share them in a way that benefits others. You know? So today, we are going to recognize all of our wonderful gifts and talents and positive qualities. We're going to shower a little love upon ourselves. And we're going to do this. Not quite yet. We're going to do this in, you can sit down for a minute. Okay, good. We'll do that in a little bit. We're going to do this by writing a love letter to ourselves. Now, usually Valentine's Day, we're writing love letters or Valentine cards to other people. And again, that's good. Don't stop that. That's a good thing to do. It's just this year, we're also going to add ourselves in there. We're going to include ourselves in a little bit of that love, right? And so, to stimulate your thinking around this, because I know how difficult it can be, I'm going to name some positive qualities that I see in you all. This is where the southern word y'all comes in. This is where you really need to use that. Y'all, all y'all. I see some really beautiful, magnificent, positive qualities. And so what I'm going to do is mention some, and it's up to you. I'm not going to say who belongs to what. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide if that belongs to you or not, So you can think of it as if I'm holding a beautiful crystal bowl. And in this bowl are marbles, beautiful, the most beautiful, colorful, shining, brilliant marbles you've ever seen. I'm going to hold up each one of these colorful, beautiful marbles, name it, and you are going to decide, does that belong to me or no? You might think, there's a little spark of that in me. Maybe I can fan the flame of that. Maybe I can help to develop that. Okay? Now, you're not going to relate to all of these things. That would be weird. That would not be right. But you will relate to some of them. And so, I think the way to do this is to get our higher divine wisdom on the job, activate our higher divine wisdom and to really hear with our soul, to just really hear with our heart, to see if, this or not. All right? So let's get into that space that we're in before in the meditation. If you would, again, relax, sit back, close your eyes. And breathe in, really focus on your heart center. Breathe into your heart center. And you want to invite that highest divine wisdom. That highest divine wisdom, not from the little ego. We're going to allow that little ego to step back and the highest divine wisdom to step forth and to help guide our thinking and our recognition around this. Also, for those of you joining online, I'm talking to you too, so You're participating in this with us, okay? All right, so just allow that receptivity. We want to be in a receptive place. And to release all sense of being humble. You know, this is not that. It's not the exercise. The exercise is to really allow that magnificent presence that we are. We are, all of you are, a beautiful emanation of divine love and light. So in what ways do you shine? Okay, so here are some qualities I see in y'all. Generous. You're generous. You're patient. You're kind. You have integrity. You are committed. You do what you say you'll do. You're intelligent. You have emotional intelligence. You have spiritual wisdom. You are creative. You are insightful. You take the time to connect with others. You are fun to be around. You have a sense of humor. You speak your truth. You speak up for those less fortunate. You are loving, compassionate, empathetic. You make other people feel good, or you have a way of putting other people at ease. You take time to feed your spirit. You take time to care for your physical body or your mind. You're curious. You're open to learning something new. You are a good listener. You can figure things out pretty quickly. You radiate love. You connect easily with nature. You can see the spiritual essence of everything. You're great with kids. You are not easily deterred. You don't give up. You're persistent. You inspire others. You motivate others. You are an amazing affirmative prayer. You create experiences that help others awaken. You're a good fundraiser. You're good with finances. You are amazingly organized. You are a team player. You are handy with repairs. And I have a list of talents here. See if one of them belongs to you. Writing, singing, playing a musical instrument, speaking. You're an artist, painter, a dancer. You have talent in the garden, talent at flower arranging. You have athletic ability. You're a good cook. You create beautiful displays or just have a knack at interior decorating. Carpentry. And many, many, many others. This is not an exhaustive list. This is just to stimulate your thinking. If there's other things in here that I have not mentioned, please bring it up, bring it to mind. You know, again, this is not an exercise in humility. We want to own that powerful, beautiful, magnificent self that we are. All right, so let's take a breath, open our eyes, and if the greeters could come by, and they're going to hand out some Valentine stationery and an envelope, and you're going to write down what came to you, what you thought about in this exercise. If you're doing this at home, if you have a piece of journal paper or stationery or something, then use that. What I'd like you to do is write on the top of this paper your name and I love you. So if it was me, I would say, Victoria, I love you. If it was Sharon, I say, Sharon, I love you. And then underneath that, you say, and here are some of the reasons I love you. Here are some of the reasons I love you. All right? Remember, no one's going to see this. This is for you. In fact, at the end of this, you're going to fold it up, put it in the envelope, and seal it. Okay? It's just for you. Nobody's going to see this. If you want to put this on the back of it to give it some stability while you're writing, that might be good. Does everybody have a pen, too? Everybody got a pen and a piece of paper? I'll take one, too. Yeah, sure.
You might need two just to wear Angela.
So remember, at the top, we're writing our name, and I love you, and here are some of the reasons that I love you. If you get stuck along the way, just again, close your eyes and take a breath and keep listening to that inner wisdom. When you're done, you fold it up, put it in the envelope, and put your address in the middle, the address part. You're going to put your own address in the middle. We're going to pick them up. I don't want to rush you. You have a little more time to finish. We will be mailing them to you in a few weeks when you're tempted to forget this about you. It will come in the mail. You'll open it. It'll remind you. And remember those things that might be just little sparks that you know that you can fan and begin to develop. Don't forget to put your address on the envelope there. For those of you who are doing this online, if you're watching us online, and you have an envelope and you can put it in the envelope, maybe you can bring it to UCP at some point this week and drop it off, and we'll have it so that we can mail it to you in a few weeks, okay? I want you to be part of this too. Yeah. Take a moment and, Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. In a second, I'll ask you to come by and collect these and tell people to put that in there too. And we'll separate them out. But before we collect them, let's just take a moment and, honor and appreciate yourself for doing this. Again, people tell me it's the most difficult thing to do. So, you broke through that. You did this today. I see people filling up a page. That's a positive sign. Some even on the back, right? Yeah. So good for you. So let's just take a moment and take that in our hands. Maybe put it to our hearts. Let's say some affirming words around this. I mean, if you're still finishing up, just take a moment and do this affirmation with me. Just if you would just do the affirmation with me. Frank, you want to just take a moment? Tap him on the shoulder. Just feel that. Okay, you can go back to that. I just want us all to do this. And I am a beautiful emanation of divine love. I am a beautiful emanation of divine love. I love and accept myself completely. I love and accept myself completely. And as I do, I radiate love out to the world. And as I do, I radiate love out to the world. And so it is.